First of all, congratulations on the nomination. I watched, I've seen the show a bunch of times because I've had the pleasure of speaking to a lot of artists on the show.
Yeah.
And I watched episode one and episode four again last night. There's something about how, like, the emotions on Manda's face are really threatening to come out, and the way that you hold them back in a lot of moments, depending on the circumstances, is really, really beautiful.
Thank you so
Um,
much.
yeah, of course. I don't know. The show has like burrowed its way into my brain and has stuck there for a very long time. And I don't know. I think I always am naturally emotionally attached to mothers. I don't know if it's like gay men are attached to mothers, but I don't know. There's something. Your nomination, I think, was really wonderful because it. I don't know. I think it represents a lot of maybe mothers who don't. I can't articulate. I'm so sorry. It's something about like mothers who are perceived a certain way, or like maybe a crime that is similar. Like people automatically put things on the parents, and I don't know. I think you really dig out of that. I think there's something really true about the work here. Sorry, very long story short. Love the work. Thank you for the
Thank
time.
you. Thank you so much.
Of course. Um, I kept wondering when I was revisiting the episodes. Do you think that Manda was particularly close to Jamie before this all happened? And if not, do you think that bothered her?
I I honestly believe that Manda adored her son. It's her
I feel
baby.
that.
And so the youngest child, um, I think is always a little bit more babies in my experience growing up. I'm one of five, I'm the middle child.
Mhm.
Um, and I just think in general, from what I know, like within families and my own family, is is that the youngest is always babies. I think she did feel close to Jamie. I think she genuinely um felt like she had her world, which is our family. This is a proper mom, you
Mhm.
know, a proper loving mom. Like she lives for the kids and she
Yeah.
lives steady and she loves her life and her home. And I, th- I
Mm.
I think, every family has the problems, but I think for Manda, she had no idea what he was
Yeah.
doing. And I think that's what, we when we get to the end scene with me and Stephen, and he says, "Could we have done more?"
Hmm.
And when she says, "I think it'd be good if we," I think she says, I think it'd be good if we accepted that maybe we could have done,"
Yeah. Yeah.
because the amount of guilt I think that Manda must carry as a mom, from the beginning, to have the police come through your door and take your baby. It's her little boy.
Oh my,
Then
the
he's
shot.
he's locked,
Yeah.
and then
The
you've got
the
all these dynamics within Eddie and Amanda's relationship. She's trying to, and this is maybe, I think, also maybe what you were touching on earlier on when you were speaking so beautifully. By the way, thank you. Is that what sometimes we don't see within a lot of female roles? I believe, and especially mothers,
mhm.
is the mother trying to hold it together. Like
Yeah.
she can't break because if she breaks, it'll all fall apart. She's trying to keep a family together.
Yeah. I mean, I've always considered like no matter what is going on, maybe this is just my own personal experience, but I always just thought like the mother is like the rock of the family. And it's sort of like if the mother breaks, then I feel like that ripples through the rest of the family.
Mhm.
And my mother always told me when I was growing up, I was the youngest of her five sons. And
Was she a baby?
yeah, I could get away with anything. I was always the babied one. I was always the good one. Um, Maybe that's what I'm latching onto, that sort of, um, I don't know, that connection between Manda and Jamie, and the keeping it together. We see that even more in the final episode in the kitchen when Eddie is fussing with the bucket at the sink, and you
Yeah.
bring up moving to Liverpool. And
Yes.
it's the way that he's not like attacking her, but it's he's speaking very forcefully to her. And it's something about the way that you look at him. You're sort of, it's that kind of like bedrock or holding it together that I kept thinking about a lot when I rewatched it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think and what I really liked about how Stephen and Jack wrote Manda as a female, I think they touched on it beautifully, is that
Mm,
she's trying to keep it together and she doesn't want him to completely lose it, but which he
yeah.
eventually does. So she knows he's teetering. You know, they've been together since they were kids.
Yeah.
But then within that, as the woman Manda is, she's not letting him get away with it. She's pulling him back. She keeps
Yeah.
trying to pull him back, you know, because she challenges him when she says, you know, this isn't working. You know, I've spoke to me,
Hmm.
and he comes at her, and it's that thing of like one of my favorite moments of playing, especially with someone as phenomenal and generous and beautiful as Stay, is
Hmm.
when we come through from that scene in the kitchen and he's agitated and he's like, we're all going to Wainwright. And she's like, come on, I've got the breakfast on,
Yeah.
you know. And then he gets even more upset and she goes, it's okay. Come on, then we'll
Hmm.
all go. And it's almost like he's there with a child in a way.
Yeah.
You know, where she is,
Hmm.
she's still pulling him back then. And, you know,
Yeah.
I think that she's that the dynamics between them as, you know, a male and a female in a relationship. But she's strong.
Oh yeah. Oh,
She's
totally.
strong.
Um, First of all, I have to say the chemistry between you and Steven is insane. It's like honestly to the point where like there's something about the way that the chemistry is so fluid in how it goes from you at the sing, him flirting with you, saying like, "Hey, we can do this before our
Yeah.
daughter comes downstairs," and the way that it kind of like sneakily transforms through all it, like sort of like the emotions, like are kind of like a river snaking through all these different things, and it's sort of like you guys are so connected, even though especially in that last episode, you guys must feel like you're so pulled apart. And so, like, you keep, like, I'm using a lot of metaphors here, but, like, it's like the elasticity between the two of you is very beautiful.
Thank
Um,
you.
Gosh, I have so many questions. It's sort okay. Um,
But
in
you
the
know, me
final,
and Stephen have known each other since we were babies.
yeah, that's
So
crazy.
we our mums growing up, we were brought up on a council estate in a place called Kirby in Liverpool. And
Yeah.
so our mums were best friends.
Mm.
And
Oh my
so
God.
we've basically known each other since we were born, like since we were little. So I think our friendship over these many years, without a doubt, lent itself to Eddie and Manda's
Oh wow. I didn't know
relationship.
that.
I think that, you know, and working with Stephen is just, I mean, I'd always wanted to. I can't tell you because he's my friend and
Hmm.
Hannah's my good friend too, Stephen's beautiful wife. I've known Hannah for years, but that was such a gift to me. And I think because we know each other, we've got that knowingness. And I feel in a safe space with Steve.
Hmm.
That without a doubt lent itself to the chemistry. We were brought up in the same area. We've been friends for a very long time. Like
Yeah.
Manda and Eddie have been together since they were kids. And when she talks about the first school disco. So without a doubt, that lent itself to our chemistry.
Oh wow. I did not know that. That's incredible. No wonder. No wonder it's
Yeah,
so strong.
I think that's why as well. And um, I don't know. I mean, working with Stephen was a dream come true for me
Yeah. He's
because
such a great actor.
he's just so present. He's
Hmm.
definitely to raises you higher, and it is
Mm.
like doing a dance with him. It was, yeah.
Yeah.
I love to work
Wow.
with him. Yeah.
um, in the final episode, in the bedroom,
Mm,
when the two of you were talking, I'd forgotten until I rewatched it that you guys talk about the video of when it's proven to Eddie what his son has done. And I had forgotten that you say you've seen the tape. I haven't.
mm.
I don't want to ask, does she wish she would have seen the tape? Because that's a fucked up question. But I kind of wanted to know because it reminded me of how hurt Amanda seemed when, and in the first episode, when she's like, "Why did he pick you?" To be his sort of like guardian throughout this whole process. Is there sort of something in the back of Amanda's mind that kind of wishes she had seen what he had done just to have that certainty?
I think with Manda, it's layered as well. I
Hmm.
think there's a couple of things where, that protectiveness towards her son, her baby. I'm the mum, you know,
Hmm.
and I thought that was actually really really clever in that scene. Also to do with their dynamics as well
Yeah.
as husband and wife. You know, I just think that was just such an honest thing to say, which is why
Yeah.
why why did he pick you? Because I want to be in with him. I'm his mum. I'm the one who
Hmm.
takes for all his needles. I'm the one who looks after him more so than you when he's sick, and also the
Yeah.
theme of it all as well. That to do with the tape. Eddie's told Manda what is on the tape,
Mhm.
and I think when I'm saying to him, um, you saw the tape, I didn't. And I think it's best if we accepted that this is probably for the best that he goes guilty. That's it. Trying, even within that, trying to hold the family together. And also the realization that this is it now.
Yeah.
Where he's, I think, from Amanda's perspective, almost being in denial about it
Mm.
in a way, because he's seen the tape, I didn't. And I think Manda would have liked to have been in that room. Obviously, she wouldn't have wanted to see the tape, but I think if she was in there, she would have wanted to have seen it, if that makes sense.
Mm. No, I think that totally makes sense. And also, if they would have, I think it would have changed if Eddie and Manda had seen it together, like
And
witnessed it
two as
together.
well. Yeah,
And
I agree.
like, yeah, I don't know. There's something about the two of you in that bedroom at the end. It's sort of like both of you, I just got chills thinking about it. It's sort of like you're both saying to each other, we have to be so honest with each other. Like it honestly feels like the writing is so wonderful and so layered and beautiful, but it also feels like the characters are stepping up to each other to be like, I will tell you the truth and I will respect that. I don't know. It's really unique. I don't remember last time I've seen something like that.
Thank you. I think
Yeah.
when she says we've got to survive this.
Hmm.
I mean, that's it. It's I love the way Stephen played that scene. It's coming back to me. We're talking about it.
Hmm.
And one of the moments, God, it actually makes me quite emotional. But when he gets off the bed and he goes, oh, when I was little, my dad used to whack me.
Hmm.
And like, and we didn't do that. We never raised our hands to our kids. It's like, yeah,
Mm.
it's that it's what I loved about Adolescence is it's telling a story that could happen to any family. Like the parents aren't on drugs, they're not big drinkers, they don't beat the kids, they're not
Yeah.
just a normal family with ups and downs, but they're a normal, happy family. That's what we thought.
Yeah. No, I think that too. I think it really reinforces how, like, when you hear something about this or you hear about a horrible crime, I think societally we go and we ask about the parents, we blame the parents, but it's
Oh,
also sort of like there is no guidebook, there is no like rule book. It doesn't matter what the circumstances, as you've said, this felt like a very loving, strong family, and this still happened. I think that's why it's shocking to so many people because anytime that we are in the Miller house, even though the emotions are very high, um, the bedrock of it or the basis of it feels very loving and very strong. So it's sort of like this could happen to anybody. Um,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And it's in the beautiful writing of it, when we do that jump cut and get to episode 4,
Hmm.
is what we do. I think what most families do, if when they've got such a traumatic thing, when they've had such a traumatic thing happen and it's still ongoing, and their
Yeah.
child ripped from the house, and they're getting abuse on the streets, their world has just completely crumbled. Is they're trying to be normal,
Yeah.
Eddie's Bertie. I thought the van seems so clever for that. They're just trying to, and for Lisa as well.
Hmm. I worry about her. I really do. But I feel like since the parents are now very conscious of her and thoughtful, I think,
Mm,
I don't know. Jack told me that. He was like, I'm really worried about Lisa, like how people are always going to say that's Jamie Miller's sister.
yeah.
Um, um, thank you so much, Christine, for being so generous with me. I have to let you go, but I feel like you have these small lines where you talk about, like you mentioned, therapy very briefly, and I feel
Mhm.
like I really picked up on it a lot of it during this rewatch, and I just think that it's really beautiful work, really honest. I'm just thinking of your face a lot. So thank
Thank you
you
so
again and congratulations. Sorry, just letting me gush at you, just nonstop.
Oh,
Just
thank you.
yes.
It's been so
Yeah,
lovely talking to you, and
you
just hear.
too.
It's an honest pleasure for me
Yeah.
to hear your perception on it, and
Mm.
thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Good luck. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you. Bye.